Hello, and welcome back to Q.U.B.E, aka Q.U.B.E. Last time, we beat the entire full game, and now... I thought I'd be stuck on that last puzzle forever, but thankfully it was much more forgiving and well thought out than I thought it was. But now, it's time for Sector 8, because apparently there is a Sector 8. And we are going to hopefully beat all of it. If not today, then another day. I have not played this before, this sector, so this should be all new to me, and you should see me fail at least 70 times. If not in the death way, then in the death of the brain way. My brain will die. And I can already tell that they wanted to, like, pay homage to the first cube, because all of this pretty much looks like exactly how the first original cube looked like when it came out. All these massive white blocks everywhere, except that space is new. All that space stuff out there is new. Whee! And also that blue tarp thing is new, and that big symbol thing, and these doors, and that elevator back there, and the emancipation grill. But all of the walls look just like the original game. Guessing pressure plate? Yes. With pressure plate. So pressure plate makes this go over here. So obvious answer is make cube go onto pressure plate, and then make me go onto there, while still having cube there. And then hopefully that's all I need to do, except remove the cube. And that can be my stepping stone upward. My brain has already solved something. Huzzah! Now there are 26 collectibles, which makes me think that this will be a very long puzzling sequence. So now we have hard light bridges, just like in Portal. The Portal's hard light bridges are much quieter, however. So light bridge, and moving thing. So we need at least 2 of these to be pushed down at any given time. Or at least we need that pushed down, and then I need to get over there and then still have this pushed down. So, solution for at least this one should be simple enough. And then the solution for that one is... It's like I need the cube already on there in order to... Well, this might be too big-brained for me, this sector already. So we get that on there, and then that opens that. But what's gonna keep this... What's gonna keep this here so that I can get another cube onto there? The next question is, do I need the cube to be right there? Or can I push it somewhere else? Wait. Solution. I have a second green cube. Ta-da! I can just put the second green cube over here. And then you don't even need the red part. There you go. Sometimes the solution is easier than you think it is. There's now a dark thing. What's the dark thing? Laser. Laser cube. By the way, if this looks horrible, don't worry, it looks horrible for me too. So, laser cube, and then we have to get some sort of cube right here, and then also have a laser go into there. So, what's the answer? That's the question, but what's the answer? Let's see what else we have. We have a ball. But what's the ball good for? Who needs a ball anyway? What's a ball good for nowadays? And how do we get that over here? Aha, that moves that. And then therefore, ball time. It is time for ball. And then that opens that. But then, but, oh! That turns the ball yellow and therefore is good for that. I was thinking it would be like a much harder solution to that. So now we have those up there. We have a magnet now. So do that, and that, and that. And just magnetize ourselves over there. So far these solutions aren't that ridiculous. One thing that was nice about the final puzzle is that, as opposed to most of the other puzzles, it was actually complex. It was the most complex puzzle in the whole game, which is part of the reason why it took so long to figure out, because it was so complex. I was just hoping for like more complex puzzles like that. So we have ball, we have magnetron, we have laser. So the laser needs to go here, and that can be right at the end and with the yellow right under it. Yeah. And then the ball needs to go through there, and maybe up there. But there's also another laser thing that can go up there. So, what's the goal? What's the actual goal again? Because that, what does that do? That goes up and makes that. So now the ball can, I guess the ball is supposed to go up there somehow. But first you have to, that turns the laser yellow. That turns the laser blue. And man, this is bright and hard to see. That is just sort of green up there. And then you have the magnet. Magnet is gonna take whatever's up there and bring it over there, I think. Then we also have that and that. Hi there. Maybe that can do something with that wall? Nope. Now's the time for some stinking thinking. Me thinking. Me thinking it is. But oh wait, right. So now, I was wondering how to get the laser over there. And that opens that. Or at least... That gets that down there. But what does getting that down there do? Will that now go with that upward? 'Cause that would be nice of you, if you could do that. Oh, wait. I think I figured it out, maybe. Put that there. Put magnet there. And then... just watch. You just watch and wait. You fellow human. You fool of a human who's a fellow. And then... no, 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 you don't want that. Because that makes that bridge, and then that will make that go up there. Ta-da! And then we just turn it off. And then that's it, that's the end. That's the whole puzzle. Except there's also the puzzle of how do we get up there. Which is just like, blue. Ta-da! Sector 8. More like sector see you later. Oh, master room. Reach the master room. Okay. So you have a collectible over there. By the way, that was an achievement I got. Reach the master room. So I'm guessing we'll have to solve those rooms out there and then solve this big puzzle in the middle. And then this will be the great grand puzzle of all time. The greatest and grandest. So that was just sort of like the intro puzzle to all of Sector 8. And now we have like 7 more micro sectors to go. This should be fun. Look at that, there's a solution thing up there, there's a light up there, all of those bars. These computer panels that who knows what they do. This is probably its own whole game's worth of content in itself. Because there's 26 of those. And I feel like we just got tutorialized on like the start of a whole new game. That brings that over there, but what's gonna make it bounce? Other than the wall, it seems. Here's probably how we get this over here. Or not. That keeps whacking against the wall. What can that be used for? If it can be used for anything, what can it be used for? I was thinking maybe I could get the cube up there and then drop it onto the blue and like have it be one higher and then shoot it over there, but that's not gonna work in a billion, million, trillion years. We can't get the green to be any lower than that, it would seem. So it just seems that that's the only thing we can do right now. But what we really want to do is open the door with the green. So I might just have to go and try some other puzzle until I can figure out that somehow. Because that seems very complicated for a very small room. What's this do? Laser floor. And that? Where's the laser floor? There it goes. So let's see what this has in store instead. There's a cube up there. Cube. They're not very... They're getting more brazen with their hiding of these cubes. There's 2 in this room. So laser. Get a laser shot through there. And we have panels on the wall. I'm going nuts with all these puzzles. What's it do? What do you do? Tell me what you do and what you done. There's 2 of these. Okay, so maybe get one of them stuck on there, but then they would just go past that. They would fly past it. Maybe get one on this red thing, but no. That doesn't work. I feel like we just need to get one on the wall and then figure out something else to do with it. To do with the other one. Right. That spawns facing upward. And then the next one will spawn... If the next one spawns up there, then it'll face looking that way. And that's where we actually want it to look, is that way. Because we want to shoot through there. But we can only make it do that if it's that high. But then it's like, well, how do we get that over here to there? And then it's like, well, what's that other switch do? I feel like it makes a light bridge up there that would then make getting that possible. But then I just have no I have no clue what to do. What do I do first? What first do I do? I think I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do there. Yeah, that opens that up there, but that doesn't help me much, does it? I have to shoot a laser into there, a red laser. A big red laser. Beam. Bream. Bream. Can I do that and have that work? Yes. And then I can get it onto another one like that. And spawn that one. Well, now it's that one. But spawn that one there and that one there. Aha! An even better solution. And then put this green one over here. And then just have that on. But first that there. Now what's the order of operations? Very complicated order of operations we have. So get rid of that. And then shoot that there. Get it there. Get that. Not there yet. Push that down. Get rid of that for now. Get that one block over. Now put that there. One more block. Put that... No! Video games. Video games. Very clear controls. Video games. Now that. There. That. There. There. No. That's not it either. I need to make that go way over there way faster. That's a 3.5 block gap. How do I make a 3.5 block gap? Maybe those will get caught on the pole. That's my best hope right now. Nope. The pole does not matter. Ah! We're gonna solve this puzzle. We're gonna solve it today. Maybe it's just a speed thing. Let's see if it's a speed thing. Yeah, there you go. And now the puzzle should be solved. That took a lot of brain effort for one puzzle. And 20 minutes too. It's there you go, one symbol. One symbol out of 7. So thank goodness it's only one puzzle per segment. That gave me confidence though. That makes me think that I can actually solve that puzzle that I gave up on. Wait. Okay, now that block down there is darker, which means we solved it. Okay. That'll be my completion tick. And then that just means that we didn't get the collectible in that room. I have figured it out. I figured it all out. So, again, we only have 3 of these things to work off of. So, what if we drop the cube up there? Would that do anything? It would make me be able to get up here. So that's what that's actually there for. And therefore it's not what this solution, what the solution to open that door needs. I'm just seeing if this is gonna somehow do anything. Nope. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope. That didn't do anything. There are no other surfaces to put anything on. It's just this surface that you can put stuff on. And that cannot go that way anymore than it already is. So how do we push that way? Enough to make it slide across there and into there, that face. It hits the wall. I feel like this might be just a trick of physics, like make the physics go weird. And if it is that, then that's bad. See, it's hitting the wall. It's hitting the wall more and more the more I just play with it. Come on, hit that wall. This is the worst kind of puzzle, is a physics puzzle, and I hope that this isn't the actual intended solution. And the reason why I say it's the worst kind of puzzle is that it depends on physics being in your favor that day, and oftentimes physics in video games are not in your favor. I feel like that is not the solution. But, you see, that. It keeps going away from the wall, like that. What if I'm in the way? Well, it'll hit me. But I don't think I'll affect it. Nope. I feel like what I have to do is let it be there, and then move that while it's picking it up. Know what I mean? Like, it's moving while it's picking it. And thus there's more physics to it, more physics. There isn't a ball in this room that I could use and then throw over there and then make it push open. If there were, then this would be infinitely easier. Infinitely. Hold on. I think I just found the actual solution. Bounce that into there, and then make it grab the cube that way. Nope. Come on. Wait a minute. Yeah! Yeah, there you go. That's the actual solution. There you go. I can figure it out. I do have the brain. At least half a brain. And that's all you need. 3 points. 6 points in total. Why am I being scored now for points? What an odd game mechanic to just throw in there at this point in the game. A score mechanic. Yeah! Cube gotten. Don't expect me to get all the cubes, because I have no idea how to get all of those that were in the other room. And also I didn't get all of them in the main game. So I'm just gonna... I'm mainly here for puzzles. I'm not here for collecting cubes. Oh boy. We loading up another segment, or just going down here? So seemingly there's just one more of these collectible cubes in here, in this room. So we can see the actual exit from here, or at least the button we have to push. So there's something we open up here, and that's probably behind that panel. So you have to get a cube up there. You have to open that door for some reason, this is a huge room. And there's only 4 of these things to finagle around. Does that line up with that at all? No. Can't life make too easy? Now I can stand on this, but what does that... It lowers that. And now there's... I'm hearing water. So now that that is lowered... There seems to not be any gravity-defying blocks, or any magnetic-type blocks anywhere near here. There might be if I could open that, maybe. But what can I can't push that. I've tried. And that's just where we came from. So, first order of business is getting something to push that, even for just a microsecond. So let's just put that there, and that there, and see what it does. And hopefully it does something. Nope, nothing at all, nothing at all. So now, hold on, what if we just literally push that thing with like a big red pusher? Aha! Elevator that I cannot use. So we figured out how to actually finish the puzzle. What if there was something under there? I'm gonna see if there's something under there, if I'm fast enough to get it. Which is of course gonna require this whole animation thing to play out again. Nope, 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 not fast enough at all. And it's just a blank floor under there. So, now, oh, well that life makes way easier. That makes life way easier for me now. Now that I know I can just push that instead of pushing the whole thing. The whole platform. Ta-da! Whole wall lifted. And that takes that over there. So now, not now, but now. Now is becoming the word now, isn't it? It is my word, don't you see? Now is my word. So get the block onto there, and that will be the block's permanent home, while I am pushing that button up there with this big red pusher. Some of these huge puzzles just become simple once you know the one thing that they want you to know. Like this looked like it could take hours, this puzzle, but then you figure out the one thing, and then it's like the whole puzzle is now solved. Figure out that that can rotate, and then the puzzle is just solved that way. And then of course there's those cubes which are the actual puzzles, but I'm not going for the actual puzzles, I'm just going for the real puzzles. I wonder what solving these puzzles actually does for you, and whether or not you could just solve this big room puzzle without that. But I think that once you solve all of those, it'll probably open up this room to be actually solved. I feel like this usage of these blocks from the original game as all these walls is not just to make you nostalgic for the original game. It's also to save on game resources, you know, because they wanted to load up this entire section at once, just like they do with the rest of the game. Well, there's the end up there. And there's a platform right there, and there's a door. How do we get the door, though? There's a slidey thing, and then there it goes into there. But how do me get in? Me get in want to. Me want to get in now. There's that, but that does nothing as far as I can see. As far as the eye can see, you could say. We have magnets. So that's nice. And that magnet can go over there. And then block, loop, block, push, block, push, block onto there. And then magnet, go, and then stop. Ta-da! Ain't I a smarticle? Well, now we have to... There's that word again. We have to figure out how to get up there. And we do have 2 blocks. So do that. And then... Is one block smaller than the other? Because... I need to jump up on there. How do I make them just very slightly offset from each other? Let me think about the tools I have. Nope. That's literally as quickly as I can push that button. It seems that I cannot just push it on a half block. Make a half... Like have this be on half of a block. So then I could push that onto there. And then, you know. So... I'm thinking of things. Right. I can have that up there. And then I can... I can do something, at least. I was thinking of having the magnet go, and then I could put some block a little bit higher than the other one, but then one of them would have to have gravity instead of the other one, but that doesn't work. That you can't have that in this game. So. What do we do now? Can we get a block up there? Is that possible? Like a laser block in order to shoot a laser there. I feel like that'll be the whole solution, is getting the laser up there. And we have to get up there first. Haha, glitches! Yes! That is surely not the way that you're supposed to solve that, but hey. It's video games. We take these solutions. Any solutions we can get, we take them. Aha! So you can move. You're not so lazy after all. So put that over. No, put that there. And then put that there. They made staircases for me. Ain't they nice people? But wait. It needs to rotate. So Q and E and R and Q and E and R. And we have to get that in our peripheral vision so that we can stop it just in the nick of time. And now we need a cube up here. That's the tricky part, getting a cube up here. So that it can go on there, and then I can just write it out, as you could say. As you kids could say, you children. There's an area up there, but I think that's just for getting the other cube, the tiny cube thing. I could just push this and say it's solved and say that's the end, that's the whole day, that's the end of the day. But no, that's not correct. And it cannot happen. And it shall not happen, for that matter. I feel like you could just put like a magnet there, and then pull it from there to there, but no, that's probably not how it works. Unless. Unless. We shall see. Because I can just go bop, bop, bop. Well, that didn't happen as intended. Because these things actually take time to set off. So how quickly can I actually do that? I can do it that quickly, which is, as you can see, not nearly enough time. So maybe I put it up there, and then have it come over here. That's like part of the solution to get it up there, but then I can shove it over there, and that's not, I don't think that's a solution either. I can jump on this. It doesn't help me, but I can jump on it. That there. Brain not work. Brain hurt. Get that there. There. If only I could put a pusher up here and then shove it out and then onto that. Let's see what having the magnet over there does. If it does anything. It does nothing, but I can... That would be the way of getting up there, I think. Is shoving the cube that way, and then riding it over here and then jumping up there is how you would actually get up and over there. But then, if you were to get up and over there, then what would the next step be? And besides, that's not the actual thing we need to do. We need to get this pressed. Which is depressing, you could say. I am depressing this switch. Oh. Wait a minute. There, and then that there. And now let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope. Come on. Come on now. Come on now. Get that going that way, and then hit that. And then bounce that way. Yeah! That's what I like to see. We have a solution, folks. A solution has hit the building. Now we just wait for the physics to calm down. Ta-da! If it'll let me walk up the staircase. Thank goodness. Some of these are actually difficult. Like that one was actually difficult to figure out. You've got to actually think in ways that you're not used to in the main game. It's as if these are actually actual tough puzzles that you can actually hurt your brain with to solve. These puzzles should come with a warning. Warning, your brain will melt. So see, now there's like half of, or at least 1/3 of all these main puzzles that can now be started to get done. Because now we have all of those things, and there's that monitor, and then there's that monitor over there. And then there might be even more monitors. So more chamber puzzles. Give me the chamber, give me the puzzle. So there's the ending exit that we have. And for that, these are overlapping. What? For that, we need to get something on there. And we can do that somehow. In order to move that, which we will inevitably have to do at some point, we have to get a laser into there. So how do get laser there? Laser is there. So laser up, and then that can go over here. And this may look easy, but it's probably not going to be easy. So I just need to get I need to get this ball up there, so that. And that's a different color now, and then I need to bounce it, and then swap the bounce to that. Or, no, the red is already shooting there, but is this, I think this is the yellow, so, yeah. That was easier than I thought it would be. The whole puzzle. Because it's now solved. Look at that. The whole puzzle is solved. I think. Am I supposed to get the other color too? Rats. Isn't that just rat dressing? I feel like that was intentionally designed that way to make you feel like that. So get both the colors because it apparently has to be the exact color. Ta-da! And now you can come back over here. Nope, that way. And now, yellow. Blue! And don't do a weird physics things. Just grab it and have that be it. And then take it over there and have that be it also. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're a very good magnetic thing. Ta-da! 18 points. I wonder if the total points are like 100 something. Because of all the micro cubes you can get. So that's solved, and now we have... We just solved like half of the total chambers. There's like a bunch left. And there's that monitor over there that we can hit. And that'll bring something up. Oh, you have to have a certain amount of points to activate it. That might be bad. That might mean that I actually have to get all of the points. Oh boy. Well, if I actually do have to get all the points, then I can do that. I can do that just for you. After all, this is a very good puzzle game. So why not spend a little extra time in it? Ooh, epic noises. We're getting epic music now. Laser. That cube. Big door. Has 2 X's. Need to hit both of those. We have 2 different blocks. And one of those gates. This might be appropriately epic music for this scenario. So how do we get something up there? We have magnets. What's that for? That's mostly probably just for that, but we need something here. And how do we get it there? To shoot that. How do we get it to shoot that? And what does shooting that do? So that these can be a little confusing. So that goes through there and then under there and then what? I don't understand where that wire is trying to go, but we can figure that out. If only there was something over there, because I think I have to shove this way. Nope, not there. Well, that's not the correct orientation. So that, ta-da, and zada. Ba-da. And now it's just a matter of magnets. And don't delete that laser cube thing. So what does that do? Oh, okay. That's what it does. But I can see how that's useful. I can now see how that's useful. I feel like this will be brought over there, and then all we'll have to do is like bounce this up there with the magnet. But, oh, okay, yeah, that works. I thought it might not work for a second. But it works. It just works. What? Why? This is why we love video games, isn't it? For moments like this. That's, come on. That was a bad moment right there. That was the low point of my entire gaming career. Now this time, let's center it a bit more. So that way, it might land on there actually. But here's the thing, it's like you need the red over there. So that's not going yet, so let's put the red there and put the green there. So then the red can raise the green, and then we can put this here. And then it's already ready for that, but also it's unprimed. So that it can, like, be ready to later. And then the red can help it up, because it needs to be up in order to actually hit that pressure plate. The pressure plate. And now we're done. What a solution. Ta-da! 21 points. So how would you get up there now? You could surely bounce something somewhere. Then there's also up there. Which might just be... No, it's not simple. Nothing in this game is ever simple. For now, let's just solve the main puzzles. And then we can brain hurt later. Another monitor, no. Well, there's the regular puzzle. I think we have time for one more puzzle. Not that puzzle. Okay, we'll give it a try. So, we have 7 things. We have 2 of those. Rotates like that. We have magnets, we have laser cubes, we have red cubes, we have blue cubes, we have yellow cubes. My goodness. Is there a cube we don't have? We don't have a ball, but that's not a cube. We have a death grid, so that's good to know. 2 different collectibles, both on each side of a gate. So that's just... So we need to put lasers on both of these sides. And they also have to, like, face different directions. So this laser is supposed to start here and then go that way and then jump up there and then shoot at that. So let's just get that going to see it in action. It lands right there, which is perfect. That's where we want it to land. And then we can put the red thing there, because it'll only need the red thing. It won't need the yellow thing. The yellow thing we can use on the other... Oh. Yeah, we can use it on the other one. I feel like this needs to be rotated, just because you can rotate it. And then the 3 wide things don't fit down here. So those... None of this can be rotated. That just stays. And also, if you can rotate it, then you can turn which way the cubes go. So you can actually put both of the cubes down here. Uh-huh. And then the magnet we can put right there, and then that there. Like that, maybe? Maybe that's enough? No, that's not enough. But we can remove it and place it differently. Ta-da, puzzle solved. If you don't think it's solved, just wait a minute. Trust me, it's solved. It may not look this may not be how solved looks, but this is how solved gets. Ta-da! And then that bounces up there and hits the second laser. Wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be. Thank goodness. And then there's, of course, those things, which we will maybe get someday, maybe not. We'll see. But I think that's a good first episode, first part, first chapter, first epistle, first whatever you call it on Sector 8. It's a it's a huge segment of the game. I did not think it would be this huge. And it has tons and tons of puzzles. So if you have not played the game already, play it. Play it now. What are you waiting for? Solve these puzzles before I can solve them for you. You only have so much time. You're running out of time in your life.